So this is how to weld a diff. First of all, you're going to need a welder and a diff. Get a razor blade. Cut yourself some cardboard. Use this cardboard to figure out how much metal you need to fill up that gap in there. Something that looks like this, you're good to go. Take your scrap steel. I was lucky enough to find some that's almost the right size, and mark it out to cut out some squares. You'll need two. You'll need one of these. Obviously you can cut it with whatever you like, but this is easier. You're going to want to grind all the excess slag off of these pieces. Eventually, you'll have something that looks sort of like this. If you're new to welding, you're going to want to start on the piece of material that you cut those squares out of. Set your power as high as it'll go. Not good. Much better. You're going to want to use green tape to tape up your crown, and you're going to want to stuff all the open cavities in the diff full of rags to prevent splatter from hitting your crown and pinion and getting stuck to the case. This will more than likely cause a fire. If you're not ready for a fire, you're not ready to start welding. After welding, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. Now do the same thing to the other side. This little ball right here, that can blow up your diff. You're going to want to let this cool off. You might have to wait a long time for your diff to cool down so that you can wash it out with water. In the meantime, you can do things like cleaning the cover. Now that the flanges are cold enough to touch, as well as the inside of the diff, it's time to rinse it out with some water. The diff is nice and wet. You're going to want to spray a water repellent in there, like WD-40, to try and get most of the water out after you've dried it out with an air blower. You're done washing all the slag out with water and washing all the water out with WD-40. Give it a good turn to make sure that it turns freely. If it doesn't bind, or if it only binds a little bit, you did it right. Now you're going to want to dump in whatever axle fluid you had lying around. The next step is to smear a thin layer of silicone sealant around your reused gasket. Remember never to buy a new gasket. Reinstall the cover. Now tighten all the bolts to 1.5 ugga-duggas. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see some more, just subscribe to my channel.